last night, a late evening move, quite unexpected by the Finance Ministry. A decision to fairly drastically cut the interest rate for key saving schemes. The move would have been disastrous for millions who depend on those schemes as a source of income. By the evening, however, a massive U-turn. The government said it was an oversight and they withdrew the order, did the Finance Minister. Joining us now to discuss this, Supriya Shrinate, National Spokesperson of the Congress, and Sunil Alag, who's an independent business consultant, also joins us. Supriya, let me come to you. The BJP would argue that, look, we were receptive to what people have actually said, and therefore we withdrew it. It has nothing to do with elections. How would you respond to that?
I would laugh off at that suggestion, and a very blasphemous suggestion that they would make. The reality is that if this was to go through, savings rate would have gone down to a 46-year low. And who are the people who put their money in national savings schemes? Not people who are very well heeled and can put money in stock markets, which see big, crests and troughs. It is people in the middle class, in lower middle class, pensioners, who really put their money in small savings schemes. And for them to be actually told that your money is now going to go down the drain because they are dependent on that money would have been a very, very, if I may say, a very, a very insensitive move. The reality is that 15% of all the funds that come into the National Savings Scheme portfolio come from one state, and that's West Bengal alone. These are just electoral reasons why this thing has been rolled back. This has been done on hindsight. If the government
all right, 1 second, Supriya, it's been done on hindsight. Let me just bring in Sunil Alag on that. Sunil, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra says, really Nirmala Sitharaman oversight in issuing the order to decrease interest rates on GOI schemes, or election-driven hindsight in withdrawing it? Respond.
Look, I'm not interested in the process as much as everybody else is for criticizing the government. Look, I am looking at the net result. The net result is, I don't know whether Sitharaman knew or not, whether the Prime Minister knew or not, who's corrected her.
The Finance Minister wouldn't know of a step like this?
No, 1 second. He may not, I'm not even getting into it. All I'm saying is the net effect is very good. Look, you can carry on discussing, okay, let's assume they made a mistake, so what? They've corrected it, you should compliment them on their correction, rather than saying, no, why did you say it first? Now you're saying it second, you're saying it third on that same day. It's not that they've corrected it after 1 week or 2 weeks or a month. They've corrected it immediately. We are interested, the people are interested in the net result. The net result is positive. I would say thank you to the government. I wouldn't get into why, what, who made the mistake, who didn't make the mistake.
But Mr.
Okay,
Alag,
they did it in the morning and they've corrected it
right,
for everyone.
But the decision itself would be fairly disastrous for lakhs. And I think the question is, okay, fine, for this quarter we are all right. What happens after the elections are over? A cut on the interest on small savings from PPF to 6.4, NSC to 5.9, senior citizens to 6.5, it would, a lot of people would say, annihilate the middle class. I mean, this is what, how would you respond to that?
Look, as far as I'm concerned, the exact figure, look, the government, 1 second, Vishnu, the government is doing a lot. They've not raised taxes. They've not done a number of things. They're reducing the price of petrol. All the states are getting involved. Where's the money going to come from? So even if they reduce something for 1 year, it doesn't mean it's cast in stone. They are going to increase it again next year. As far as I'm concerned, look, the money has to come into the government somewhere. And if they've corrected themselves, they've corrected themselves. It should be complemented.
All right, Supriya, is there a concern that it's just a matter of time before this is introduced?
I don't share Sunil's benevolence. I don't share Sunil's optimism, simply because this government has let petrol prices cross 100. It has let, gas cylinders cross almost 900 for some parts of the country. And it has sat there as a mute spectator.
Petrol prices are driven by the economy, right? Subsidies were withdrawn years and years ago.
No, I'm sorry, it is not. Subsidies were withdrawn.
There are state taxes, which is the concern, right?
No, Vishnu, I'm sorry. I share some amount of economic knowledge here on the show.
You do, absolutely.
Let that out. The reality is that central government's kitty has swollen multiple times, and the portion that is shared with the states, which is special and additional excise, has been consistently reduced. Only basic excise is shared with the states. The rest of it is not. that has gone up consistently. The largest chunk of the petrol pool, diesel pool, has gone to the central government. No, sir, I'm sorry, you may nod in negligence, but the reality is...
Okay, Supriya, fair point, but let's get back to the topic at hand. And my question is
Yes.
is it just a matter of time before this does happen?
Which is what the fear is, which is what people fear. Just because of elections, this has been put on hold, but God forbid, once elections are over, this is going to go all out in Gango. Because the psyche of the government is to benefit the rich. The psyche of the government is to give a 1.5 lakh crore bonanza to the rich by cutting taxes, but reducing the saving rate for India's vulnerable, for India's elderly, for India's poor, for India's middle class. Who are the people who can spend in this? People who can only minimum park tokens of 1,000 rupees. And is anybody going to deny them that? That is what this government is doing. It tells you of the government's psyche. It tells you of their mindset. They really are anti-poor, anti-people.
All right, Sunil, is this an anti-poor, anti-people government? Why target the some of the most vulnerable segments? Every last hard-earned rupee is there for a purpose. People earn an income of it. Sunil, go ahead.
Look, all I'm saying is we can all live in fear. The government is going to do this. The government may not do it. Look, when it happens, I'll be the first one to criticize the government. Right now, we got to praise them. Instead of living in fear and saying, oh, after the election, this might happen. What if it doesn't happen? Let's discuss it when it happens rather than when it might happen. That's all I'm saying. I'm not in favor. I'm not against it right now. They've done a very good job. They've corrected themselves and we should compliment them.
All right. I think the question which will remain unanswered in all of this is how was this decision taken and how was it actually withdrawn? What were the circumstances of that happening? I'd like to thank you both very much for joining us.